on top of every bit of that for us as tax reform was passing. The other big stories on Capitol Hill: sexual misconduct allegations against Senator Al Franken emerging today, and Roy Moore, who is getting ready to speak to religious leaders. Joining us now, David Bossie, president and chairman of conservative advocacy group Citizens United, and Leslie Marshall, the host of the Leslie Marshall Show and a Fox News contributor. Thanks to both of you for coming on with us this afternoon. David, take your pick. Where should we begin? Let's start out with the newest allegations against Al Franken.
Well, in this atmosphere, Senator Franken is in deep trouble. Those photographs are incredibly damaging. His apology obviously does not go far enough. The woman who came forward is incredibly credible and told a story backed up by photographs. And if the Senate, which has been just all over itself in its denunciation of Roy Moore in Alabama over allegations, even though they are credible and multiple, they're allegations. Here we have photographic evidence. Al Franken, in this atmosphere, with the hypocrisy that goes on, you need to be talking about expelling Al Franken or his resignation from the Senate.
So after this allegation emerged, Al Franken almost immediately apologized for it, acknowledging the picture, acknowledging this happening, say he remembers it a little bit differently than his accuser, but he did issue an apology right away. We now know that there are calls for an investigation into all of this. Leslie?
Yes, I mean, this I feel, and I'm proud of my fellow Democrats for doing the right thing here, which was to come out and say we need an investigation. Also for not only Senator Franken to apologize, but to say that he would fully cooperate with this investigation. And I think until we have a complete investigation, certainly the photo is worth, more than 1,000 words, and is very disturbing, especially to me, not only as the victim of harassment, but as a woman. This transcends political lines, Sandra, and we see that. And I have to tell you, I really believe that there will be more allegations, left and right, for people in politics coming out. We're hearing from a lot of people on the Hill who say they were victims.
I just wanted to clarify, it wasn't just Democrats calling on that investigation. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, yes, Republican from Kentucky, came out immediately, said that he's calling for an investigation into all of this. So Ethics Committee getting involved.
It is nice that they're calling for an investigation. I grant you that. But the denunciation, the unilateral, unacceptable behavior that they all claim in Judge Moore. And I don't disagree with that, but I'm saying that hypocrisy of calling for an investigation, I think it's a good thing, but this is a photograph of what he did to a woman who seems to be asleep. And I just don't know why the American people, I can tell you, are going to be asking, why isn't he being expelled? Just like Menendez with the allegation of underage prostitutes in New Jersey. These are serious allegations. And I think these senators have to be held to the same standard, not a different one.
So let's move on to Roy Moore, because we know he could be speaking at any moment. We will go to him as well. If he wins the special election next month, Leslie, what happens then?
I don't know, because there are a lot of Republicans who not only see him as tarnishing the party and what the party is trying to do to their, for their constituents on a national level, but they, in a sense, will have no choice if he wins to work with him. But I think it's going to be very difficult. Maybe not in that district or in that state, because we've seen support from the GOP. But I think perhaps for some others that maybe didn't come out against him and then have to, in a sense, embrace and work with him, in Washington, and that will be a very difficult road for the GOP politicians.
David, you're left wondering what he is about to step up to that microphone and say. He's with a group of religious leaders. There's a chorus of Republican leaders saying step down. So you wonder if he's going to double down when he steps up to that microphone and defend himself further?
The voters of Alabama are going to decide. And the voters of Alabama have not sent a Democrat, let alone a ultra-liberal Democrat, to the United States Senate in over 25 years. And I think that that's what the people of Alabama are going to have to come to grips with, which is, do they want an abortion-on-demand United States Senator representing Alabama? And I think that the answer to that is no. And I think that that's going to be a big question on Election Day, and whether they can do anything about Roy Moore post-election is really going to be the issue, and how long he gets to stay there. But the people of Alabama will get to decide this in just about a month.
Very serious allegations against both of them. We'll continue to follow these stories for everybody, as well as breaking news on tax reform this afternoon. What a day. All right, thanks to you both, David and Leslie. Good to see you.